So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to fix your deliverability and get out of spam fast in 2025. No bullshit, no fluff, just pure value. So let's get right into it. Here's my promise to you. So we'll cover what is deliverability? Why is it so important? What affects your deliverability? How to improve each metric? Winning segmentation strategy. So this is the most important part of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. And some hacks to implement. So here's a little bit about me, if that's what you're interested in. If not, let's talk about deliverability. So deliverability is basically the reputation of your sending domain. So the worse your reputation, the worse inbox placement you'll have. Obviously, our goal is then to improve your reputation as much as possible. So let's talk about inbox placement. There are really three places your emails can end up in. So primary inbox, the green one, promo tab, yellow, and spam, red. So this means that obviously you want to land in the primary inbox as much as possible. On the other hand, you want to avoid spam at any cost. And promo tab is just meh. It's like neither good nor bad. It's fine, whatever. Why is it so important? Basically, more eyeballs equal more money. So the more people see your email, the more people are going to open it. The more people open your email, the more people are going to click it. The more people click your email, the more people buy it. Simple as that, just a numbers game. So you just want to give more people an opportunity to see your email. And how you do that? By having your emails land in primary inbox instead of spam and promo. So what influences your deliverability? So here's a Klaviyo deliverability hub. So you have this inside of your Klaviyo. You can track this. Basically, it's just going to tell you what are your current metrics, where they're standing, and where they should be. So the metrics that influence your deliverability are, as you can see, open rate, click rate, unsubscribe rate, bounce rate, and spam complaint rate. So bad metrics equal bad deliverability, obviously. So if you constantly keep getting 20% open rates, you're constantly signaling to Google, hey, no one wants to read these emails. Put this in spam, please. And that's what Google does. Because Google doesn't want to put bad emails in front of people who don't want to read it. They're going to put it in promo and spam. That's why they even exist. Google's job is to deliver your email. That's it. Where it ends up is entirely up to your sending practices. So how to improve each metric? Here's how to improve open rates. There are three ways to do that. And they're ordered from the highest leverage to the lowest leverage on this chart. So sending to the right segment. This is the most important thing, and we'll cover that in 2 minutes. Sending high quality content. So if your content is complete bullshit, no one will want to open it. If it's good, people will look forward to receiving your email, opening it, and reading it. And now having strong subject lines. So this is probably the most overrated shit in email marketing. Because yes, having good subject lines is important and it can make the difference. But that's the stuff you test in your A/B test and get like 5% improvement. But the major improvement is going to come from the first two. You focus on subject lines once you nail the first two, okay? Improving click rates. So click rates are just not that important when you're judging the performance of your emails, and don't do that ever. Judge the performance of your emails based on revenue and revenue only. But it does play a role in your deliverability, so we're going to cover it. The most important thing for having high click rates is to give people buttons to click. People wonder why they have low click rates, and yet those same people have only one button buried at the bottom of their email. No, you have to put the button above the fold. That means, so what above the fold means? That means that people can see your button as soon as they open your email without scrolling. All right? Now, even if your email is not a salesy one where you're pitching a discount or something like that, but rather an educational one, put a button. Whatever, who cares? Because some people will click it. Why are you making it harder for people to hand you the cash? I don't understand. You have to understand that these people are like zombies when they're scanning their inboxes. You really think that they're analyzing your email thinking, like, that headline, that button doesn't really make sense together. No, you're just looking for a button to click and buy something, okay? So put your buttons. Improving bounce rates. So bounce rates are really easy to fix once you're sending to the right segments. But if you're neglecting this, they can really fuck up your deliverability. But since it's your lucky day today, I'm going to teach you how to send to the right segments in 2 minutes. Unsubscribe rates. So unsubscribe rates don't actually impact your deliverability. They're even a good thing because if someone doesn't want to be on your list, it's better to have them unsubscribe than to have them mark you as spam, right? So don't worry about this. As long as you have a high converting pop-up form, you'll be fine. Spam complaint rates. So spam complaint is probably the metric that influences your deliverability the most. So you can't afford to make a mistake here. To avoid getting marked as spam, you simply need to send high quality content and you need to send it on a regular basis. So think about it from your customer's perspective. You send an email once every 3 weeks, for example, and the content is complete bullshit. So from the perspective of your customer, they didn't receive your shit email. They received a shit email that they don't want to read from someone. So they didn't receive your shit email, okay? They forgot about you because you're not consistent with your sending schedule. You need to be in front of people's faces all the time or they'll forget about you. On the other hand, if you send really good emails 3 times per week, people wouldn't mark you spam because they received an interesting email from a brand they know, like, and trust. Winning segmentation strategy. Finally. So this is probably the most important part of this video. The idea is that you should be sending to people who actually open your emails. And I know it sounds too simple to be true, but it works. This is how the professionals do it. I mean, just think about that. If you send to people who always engage with your emails, they'll keep engaging with your emails. You'll keep signaling to Google that people actually like your emails, and Google will have no other choice than to put you in the primary inbox. So, creating engaged segments. Since I don't know how bad your deliverability is, you'll need to create all of these segments. 7-day engaged, 14-day engaged, 30-day engaged, 60-day engaged, and 19-day engaged. And here's how to do it. Go to lists and segments inside of Klaviyo, click create a segment, name it 30 days engaged. And these are the filters you need to set. So, person can receive email marketing, and person has added to cart at least once in the last 30 days, or person has placed order at least once in the last 30 days, or person has checkout started at least once in the last 30 days, or person has opened email at least once in the last 30 days, or person has clicked email at least once in the last 30 days, and person has bounced email 0 times in the last 30 days. For the other segments, just clone this one, change the name, and change the time frame. So for 60-day engage, for example, you're just going to change from last 30 days to last 60 days. And that's it. I know it sounds too simple, too easy. This is how we, the professionals, do it. Here's your deliverability fixing plan. So the idea is to start sending to a tight segment, and as your deliverability improves, you can broaden the segment. Since I don't know how bad your deliverability is, so I can't tell you the exact segment you should start with, because there is not really an exact rule, okay? But the worse your deliverability, the tighter the segment. So let's say you start with 14-day engaged. You should be sending to this segment until you get at least 40% operate on at least 3 campaigns in a row. After that, you can move on to the next segment. In this case, that's 30-day engaged. The idea is to move to broader segments as long as you can maintain your operates above 40%. If you see that your operates dip below 40% in one segment, you should go back to segment before that, okay? Now, hacks to implement. Number 1, invisible text. If you're a normal person, you're probably designing your emails in Figma or Canva and sending them as images. And while you should be doing that, and that's exactly what we do at my agency, there's a slight problem with that. There is no text, and that looks spammy to Google. So this is what you'll do. For your next email, add a text block at the very bottom of your email in the Klaviyo email builder. Copy some text from your website, for example, your about page. Paste it there, make it really, really small, literally 1 to 2 pixels, and make it white. So this will make the text invisible to the reader, but the Google will still detect it. And boom, you have text without text, okay? And don't be afraid to put a lot of text. The more, the better, because people won't see it. But a slight warning, people using dark mode on their phones might be able to see it. So don't put something as a joke there thinking you're funny, because it might hurt your reputation, okay? Number 2, ask for replies. All the metrics that we've talked about affect your deliverability. But getting replies is probably the best way to signal to Google that people want to receive your emails. but you don't want to overdo it. So you need to find a way to get people to reply to your emails. It doesn't have to be every single email, okay? But it's good to get it occasionally. As I said, don't overdo it, especially now while you're fixing your deliverability. Asking for replies works really well with plain text emails because people receive a plain text email. It's just like an email from a friend. They reply. It's a natural exchange. But you can also do it in the design emails. So here's an idea that you can steal. Put together a plain text email telling people that you're running a giveaway and that they can win a gift card, free product, discount, whatever. And all they need to do to participate is to reply to the email. Now, what I would do, I wouldn't just ask them to respond yes and you can participate. No, I would ask them specific questions because it's going to give you more unique answers and it's going to signal to Google that it's a real thing. For example, if you're running a gym clothing brand, you don't ask them, respond yes and you'll be able to win this shit. No, you ask them, what's your favorite exercise? Please tell us, something like that. And they're going to give you loads of organic answers and it's going to look real and it's going to skyrocket your deliverability. Okay, so try to implement that, all of this that I've taught you in this video, and you're going to see the major improvements in a couple of weeks. If you want to learn how to scale your email marketing, the first link in the description is my free email marketing guide that will help you scale your email marketing. I'll give you some quick tips and tricks that you can implement to get an advantage over your competition. On the other hand, if you're an e-com brand doing over 50K a month, you can book a call with me below, second link in the description. So I'll perform a full Klaviyo account audit completely for free so we can see what are the highest leverage tasks you should be focusing on when it comes to email marketing. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope I taught you something and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.